morning. We call the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting to order for December 12th, 2018. Today we have present myself, Nikel Winfrey, President, and Clotilde LeBroy, Secretary. Our Vice President, Angela Hayes, is absent. We'll first start with bids, proposals to be received for the citywide existing traffic signal maintenance for Traffic Department. Are there any bids or proposals from the audience today for the citywide existing traffic signal maintenance for the Traffic Department? Second call, any bids or proposals from the audience today? Third and final call, are there any bids or proposals from the audience? Seeing none, may I have a motion to open those bids received?
I move that we open the bids received for citywide existing traffic signal maintenance.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
We have received one bid packet for the citywide existing traffic signal maintenance, and it's from Midwestern Electric, 3700 Roosevelt Street, Suite 1, Gary, Indiana, 46408. They have included all of the documents that were listed on the bidder's checklist. Everything has been submitted. And okay. I think this is it. Make sure. Yeah. It looks like for this bid, they have $299,100.40. $299,100.40 would be for the traffic light maintenance of the signals in Gary's existing traffic light signal maintenance. And that is it.
May I have a motion to refer the bid to the department for evaluation?
I move that we refer this bid to back to the department for evaluations. But let me go back because they did do the schedule and they put the information in there. So for maintenance of existing traffic signal installation, it's a quantity of 1,036 traffic signals. They put the unit price is $215 per signal. For utility locates, to locate the utilities, the quantity is 26,400 at a unit price of $1. So that was 26,400. For the contingency allowance, non-routine maintenance or extra work, the quantity is a lump sum for $50,000 for a total of $299,140.
You made the motion. Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have awards for community development, CDBG senior rehabilitation bid, and CDBG emergency HRP rehabilitation.
I have a letter from E. Nicole Rump, the Deputy Director, for the award of CDBG Senior Rehabilitation Bid, 2219 Chase Street. On October 10, 2018, bids were received for CDBG's SNR rehabilitation work on the above referenced project. Accordingly, we are recommending that the following contract be awarded to the bid for the CDBG SNR rehabilitation work at the indicated property and price. The bid calculation sheet is attached. JMD Construction for $25,000. I move that we approve the award to JMD Construction for 2219 Chase Street for $25,000.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have the award of CDBG Emergency HRP Rehabilitation bids for 800 Ohio Street, 1981 Van Buren Street, 4500 East 6th Avenue, 4139 West 19th Plaza, 561 West 19th Place, 4813 West 9th Avenue, 3683 Ohio Street, 2956 West 13th Avenue, 4272 West 21st Place, and 3641 Jackson Street. On November 28, 2018, bids were received for CDBG EMG HRP rehabilitation work on the above referenced properties. Accordingly, we are recommending that the following contractors be awarded the bids for the CDBG EMG HRP rehabilitation work at the indicated properties and prices. The bid calculation sheet is attached. Majestic Builders for 800 Ohio Street at $7,800. JMD Construction, 1981 Van Buren Street for $3,800. Majestic Builders, 4500 East 6th Avenue for $4,895. Majestic Builders, 4139 West 19th Plaza for $7,200. JMG Construction, 561 West 19th Place, $3,800. JMG Construction, 4813 West 9th Avenue for $3,800. JMG Construction for 3683 Ohio Street for $3,800. JMG Construction, 2956 West 13th Avenue for $6,600. JMD Construction for 4272 West 21st Place for $1,300. And JMD Construction for 3641 Jackson Street, $25,000. I move that we approve the below listed contractors for CDBG EMG HRP rehabilitation work for community development.
Second. Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have claims.
We have approval of claims for December 14th, 2018. For the general fund, $95,351. Special revenue, $196,764.33. Total claims to be paid, $460,928.76. I move that we approve the claims for December 14th, 2018.
Second. Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have ratification of claims for December 7th, 2018. Total claims paid, $6,706.13. I move that we approve the ratification of claims we paid on December 7th, 2018.
Second. Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have ratification of payroll for December 7th, 2018. Total paid $1,712,966.80. I move that we approve ratification of payroll for December 12th, 2018.
Second. Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have ratification of claims for December 11th, 2018. Community cross matching for $152,810.51. I move that we approve the ratification of claims for December 11th, 2018.
Second. Any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence and agreements, correspondence from Environmental Affairs.
I have a memo from Greg Thomas, City Attorney, approval of grant agreement between the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and the City of Gary. The Law Department has reviewed the grant agreement between the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and the City of Gary. The city was approved for a $5,000 grant from IDNR to pay for series of workshops organized by Green Urbanism Environmental Affairs to promote how to protect our watershed through a series of educational workshops. The workshops will demonstrate to city maintenance staff, businesses, and neighborhood and local groups ways to protect our watershed through green infrastructure and stormwater BMP workshops. The grant is part of the Lake Michigan Coastal Program. Under the grant, the Green Urbanism will be responsible for planning 6 to 8 workshops that will average 2 hours in length. The city will be responsible for hiring a project manager who will prepare the curriculum, schedule the workshops, and prepare defined outcomes for each workshop. The project manager will also be responsible for organizing public outreach communications by coordinating with the city's communications department, press releases, flyers, and social media to publicize the workshops. The term of the grant will be from November 20th, 2018 until June 2019. The agreement is in proper legal form and is sufficient to adequately protect the interests of the City of Gary. It's a memo here from Brenda Scott Henry, the Green Urbanism and Environmental Affairs Director, explaining the program. There's also an agreement attached stating that the purpose of the grant funds is to award of $5,000 as described in Exhibit A and B. This project is monitored by the state. They have included those attachments as well the compliance with the state laws. And they've attached Exhibit A, which is the timeline of what they're supposed to do for the Indiana Lake Michigan Coastal Grants Program. They have a budget as well that's included on here for how the money will be spent for this project. Exhibit C shows the special conditions that the grantee is responsible for. Exhibit D is the federal terms and conditions that are set forth therein. And Exhibit E is the guidelines for filing the annual financial report for this grant. I move that we approve the correspondence from the Department of Environmental Affairs for the approval of grant between the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and the City of Gary.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from the mayor's office. There is not, do you have a QC 40 or legal memo?
I've not received any of that.
Okay. So I would ask that you make we have a similar agreement on file with this organization. So I would ask that we make the motion contingent on us, the approval contingent on receiving those two documents.
Which is a memo and
Legal memo and a QC 40.
okay. I have an amendment to the Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Gary and the National Resource Network. A previous Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Gary, a local government incorporating the state of Indiana, and the National Resource Network. The amendment is previous memorandum commemorates a material modification to the previous agreement between the city and the network. The network received a grant from the Laura and John Arnold Foundation to supplement its initial funding under the HUD Cooperative Agreement. The LJAF funding specifically provides for support for technical assistance related to the development of multi-year financial plans. On August 28, 2018, the network representatives held a telephone conference call with the mayor, mayor's chief of staff, and the controller. During the call, the city expressed interest in pursuing a multi-year forecast for in place of assisting in creation of a budget document outlined in the current Task 2. On the basis of the telephone conference call, the network developed a new proposal for the delivery of direct assistance, such that Section 8 of the May 16, 2018 Memorandum of Understanding is amended by deleting the current Task 2 and replacing it as follows. The network will develop a 5-year budget forecast that projects on a line-by-line basis each revenue source and area of spending in the city's general fund budget. The network will work with the city financial staff and city leadership to review project projections related to future spending and review recent trends to develop a set of assumptions on likely changes in spending and revenue over the next 5 years. In developing the baseline forecast, the network team will assume no changes in current policy. The network team will deliver a robust Excel-based quantitative model to support multi-year decision-making. Our model has been developed to support ease of direct use and eventual knowledge transfer to our clients. And then they have a timeline of what they will do in those months that's attached. The network estimates that the additional cost of work value of the revised Task 2 is $44,000. The network will fund 75% of this cost in funds provided by LGAF pursuant to its grant to the network. The city agrees that it will provide 25% of the total estimated cost of the revised task, or an additional $11,000. The city may provide funds from its own local government budget, or it may secure a commitment of funding from a third party. The city shall make payment of its share of the cost or ensure third-party payment no later than 60 days after the execution of this memorandum. I move that we approve the amendment to the Memorandum of Understanding between the City of Gary and the National Resource Network.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
I'm sorry, contingent upon us having the legal department reviewing this and QC40 showing that the city has the funds available to pay the match.
Okay. So the legal department already reviewed the document, it just doesn't have an approval memo because there is no QC40.
Okay.
And so the law department doesn't provide an approval until that QC40 is attached first.
Okay.
So once the QC40 is provided, then the law department can provide the legal memo.
Got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from Police Commission.
Is this Verinder?
Mhm.
Okay. I have a memo here from Greg Thomas for Renzer Williams for legal services to the Gary Police Civil Commission. The Law Department was asked by the Gary Police Civil Service Commission to review the attached contract for Renzer Williams for legal services provided by Attorney Williams to the Commission for litigation matters outside of the original 2018 contract, which is Exhibit 1. The Commission voted to approve payment of an additional $5,000 for the additional work. The term of the contract runs from March 1st to December 31st. The cost of providing the additional services to the Commission shall not exceed $5,000. Attached is the QC40, a review of the contract, the QC12, and the expenditure request forms, Exhibits 2, 3, and 4, respectfully. And there's also the contract stating the terms that were agreed upon with the scope of services for an amount of $5,000, which is $150 per hour, not to exceed. And the contract has all of the proper documents, and it has been signed by the contractor. I move that we approve this contract for legal services for the Gary Police Commission for Renzer Williams.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from the fire department. I ask that we defer this item. May I have a motion to defer?
I move that we defer the item for the fire department.
Second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from the Public Works Department.
Okay. Dear board members, a request has been received for soil borings at the above location to be performed by Geocon on behalf of the Gary Stormwater Management District. The work is expected to take 2 days between the week of 12/17. Geocon has an active Gary contractor's license. The maintenance of the traffic plan is attached and is found to be acceptable. If the board approves, we recommend granting Geocon a permit contingent upon Geocon notifying Public Works 2 days prior to the beginning of the work. Should you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, David Schilling, engineer for the city of Gary. There's also a letter attached for Geocon explaining that they'll do a total of 5 borings and 5 pavement cores in relation to the proposed Cleveland Street Stormwater Improvement Project in Gary. And they've included their traffic plan. I move that we approve the request for permit to perform soil borings on Cleveland Street for the Stormwater Improvement Project.
Second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from traffic regarding disabled parking signs.
Please be advised that the Traffic Control Division has conducted a thorough investigation to determine the validity of the request. All documentation, driver's license, vehicle registration, handicap placard, letter from physician requested has been received and reviewed and is accepted for the following residents: Renewal, Bertha Williams, Anthony Sims, Mary Patterson, George Bacon, Diane Fordham, New German Ramirez, Lori Vincent. Thank you, Evelyn Diaz, Traffic Control Superintendent. I move that we approve the application since they have all of the required documentation that has been checked by the Traffic Control Superintendent for the residents that have applied.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have correspondence from community development.
I have a letter from E. Nicole Rump, Deputy Director, approval of CDBG senior contract for 2219 Chase Street. Please be advised, a contract is attached for the CDBG S&R rehabilitation of the property of the above referenced address. Accordingly, we are requesting board approval for this contract. JMD Construction, 2219 Chase Street, $25,000. I'm sorry. Attached, they've also included the contract. They have the financial funding source showing that they have the money to pay the contractor. They show that the contractor is active in their performance information. And the contract has been signed by the contractor. I move that we approve the contract for 2219 Shade Street for $25,000 for community development.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, we have approval of mortgage for construction of, fire station U.S. Steel. This is what was deferred, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So we're deferring the approval of mortgage. Is it the
Yeah,
same?
it's the same thing, right?
No.
It's something
That's
different?
the mortgage, and then you are deferred the approval of the contract.
Oh, okay, so go forward with
You need to
this
go
part.
forward
We need to
that
go forward with the
before you
mortgage.
go forward with the contract.
Got it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have the approval of mortgage.
Because this is just a step that needs to be done anyway, so then when the other one comes back next year.
Okay, thank you. We have the approval of mortgage for construction of new fire station U.S. Steel Yard. Attached is the mortgage to be executed by the Board of Public Works and Safety. The mortgage will provide a security interest in favor of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is provided by the City of Gary with $3,250,000 in Section 108 loan funding for the construction of a new fire station in the University Park neighborhood, 4948 Delaware Street. The collateral associated with this mortgage is the U.S. Steel Yard, Gary Railcat Stadium. If the document meets with your approval, please execute. The mortgage will also be signed by the mayor. It's a letter here from Inga Lewis Shannon stating that she has reviewed the attached stadium mortgage between the City of Gary Department of Community Development and the United States of America Secretary of Housing and Urban Development for $3,250,000. The contract has been properly performed. The mortgager agrees that it will pay the note at the times and in the manner provided therein, that it will not permit or suffer the use of any of the property for any purposes other than for which it was the same. That under default under the note guarantee, the mortgagee at its option may declare the whole indebtedness secured and be due and payable. That upon default, the mortgagee shall be entitled to the appointment of a receiver by any court jurisdiction without notice to take possession and protect the property described herein. And it has not been signed or attested. Does that need to happen? Or is that just us?
This is for us, so we'll
Okay.
have to have it. Do you know where it says clerk, is it meaning the clerk for this board, or is it meaning the city clerk? Okay, so we can just sign here, and then I guess you'll have to,
Okay.
and I can have Janet to notarize.
Okay. I move that we approve the mortgage for the construction of the new fire station, U.S. Steel Yard.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Oh. Next we have the approval of the Dollar Home special warranty deeds. Attached are, a memo here from E. Nicole Rump, Deputy Director, approval of the Dollar Home special warranty deeds for 3619 Pierce Street, 3521 Van Buren Street, 3660 Fillmore Street, and 3648 Pierce Street. Attached to the special warranty deeds for the purchase of the Dollar Homes at the above referenced addresses. Accordingly, we are requesting board approval for Damian and Mrs. Joyce McCarthy for 3619 Pierce Street, Ms. Ashley Johnson, 3521 Van Buren Street, Mr. Milton and Ms. Sylvia Willis, 3660 Fillmore Street, and Ms. Felicia Goodman Knight for 3648 Pierce Street. I move that we approve the Dollar Home special warranty deeds for the following addresses and tenants.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Do I have to go through all of these? The warranty deeds? I do? Okay.
Unless you wanna just read the addresses, so.
We have a warranty deed for 3619 Pierce Street, and it's been reviewed and approved by Inga Lewis Shannon. We have a warranty deed for 3521 Van Buren Street. I'm sorry, and it's been approved and reviewed and approved by Inga Lewis Shannon, Community Development Attorney. We have another warranty deed for 3660 Fillmore Street that has been reviewed by Inga Lewis Shannon. We have another one for 3648 Pierce Street that has been reviewed by Inga Lewis Shannon. Again, I move that we approve the warranty deeds for community development for the Dollar Home Program.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval of CDBG agreements. Do you want to go through those, the name of the program?
And then the money?
The purpose and the amount,
Yes.
and if they have all the documents.
Okay. I have a memo here from Ina Cole Rump, Deputy Director, for the approval of CDBG agreements, the Gary Health Department STD Program, Gary Health Department Lead Poisoning Program, the Gary Literacy Coalition Learning Partner Program, and the Gary Building Department Code Enforcement Program. The Gary Health Department STD Program, CDBG, will provide the funds for the promotion of healthy living through testing, education, prevention, protection, and intervention of sexually transmitted diseases for $40,010. The Gary Health Department Lead Poisoning Program, CDBG funds will provide for the testing, monitoring, and documentation of lead levels of children and or adults at risk for $27,840. For the Gary Literacy Coalition, CDBG funds will be used to provide low to moderate income elementary school students with a learning partner mentoring program which engages volunteers from diverse sectors of the community to take responsibility for enhancing the effective domain of 5th to 8th grade students at the Frankie Woods McCullough Academy of Girls at 3757 West 21st Avenue for $15,000. And for the Gary Building Department Code Enforcement, CDBG funds will be used for support of the removal of blighting conditions in the city of Gary and designated areas where neighborhoods are significantly deteriorating. Ongoing redevelopment efforts are in place or revitalization opportunities exist for $220,000. I move that we approve the agreements for the Gary Health Department STD Program, the Gary Health Department Lead Poisoning Program, the Gary Literacy Coalition Learning Partner Program, and the Gary Building Department Code Enforcement Program.
Second, what was the amount for the building department again?
$220,000.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Do we need to sign
Yeah, we have to sign each one
it?
of
I'll pull it out.
them. Next, we have approval of CDBG agreements for the Gary Department of Commerce, Gary Micro Enterprise Institute, Small Business Development and Expansion, Gary Human Relations Commission, the Fair Housing and Employment Rights Counseling Services Public Education Outreach Program, Continuum of Care Network of NWI, Continuum of Care Network, Region 1A Program Drug Free Gary Coalition, the Gary Youth Services Bureau Out of School Time Program, Gary Commission for Women, Rainbow Arc Shelter, the Gary Department of Redevelopment Demolition Program. The Gary Department of Commerce, Gary Micro Enterprise Institute Small Business Development Expansion Initiative, CDBG funds will be used for instructor-led classroom training, technical assistance, one-on-one and small group business counseling, and access to capital resources for new, expanding, and high-growth potential small businesses owned by Gary residents. This also covers residents, entrepreneurs classified as low to moderate income and or small business owners who create jobs for low to moderate income Gary residents. This includes the hard to employ as a result of the long-term unemployment sex offender status. Approximately 48 businesses will be assisted for $110,000. For the Gary Human Relations Commission, the Fair Housing and Employment Rights Counseling Services Public Education Outreach Program, CDBG funds will be used for human rights counseling services to Gary residents who feel that they have been discriminated against in areas of housing, employment, education, and public accommodation. Also, fair housing awareness will be promoted to housing service providers and community leaders, with specific emphasis on the disadvantages and barriers in housing for disabled persons, veterans, and homeless individuals for $85,000. CDBG funds for Continuum of Care Network of Northwest Indiana. CDBG funds will be used for the operation of the Continuum of Care Network of Northwest Indiana. The network is designed to reduce the negative effects of homelessness for $35,000. Gary Youth Services Bureau out-of-school time program. CDBG funds will be used for the operation of a program that will provide educational nutrition, recreation, fitness, academic support, mentoring, and planting and gardening to Gary's low to moderate income youth after school and during the summer. Approximately 270 persons will be assisted. $87,000.87. Gary Commission for Women, Rainbow Art Shelter. CDBG funds will be used for the operation of the Rainbow Shelter, an emergency facility for victims and their children of domestic violence, sexual assault, and homelessness. Services provided are designed to support and enhance the quality of life for residents. Residential clients are housed up to 45 days with extensions granted on an as-need basis. Approximately 200 persons will be assisted. $85,000. The Gary Department of Redevelopment Demolition Program. CDBG funds will be used for the operation of the demolition of unsafe structures throughout the city. Approximately 30 unsafe structures will be demolished. $377,345. I'm requesting approval of all of these agreements. I move that we approve the agreements for the Gary Department of Commerce, the Gary Human Relations Commission, the Continuum of Care Network of Northwest Indiana, the Gary Youth Services Bureau, the Gary Commission for Women, and the Gary Department of Redevelopment.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have approval CDBG emergency HRP contracts.
Approval of CDBG emergency HRP contracts for 800 Ohio Street, 1981 Van Buren Street, 4500 East 6th Avenue, 4139 West 19th Place, 561 West 19th Place, 4813 West 9th Avenue, 3683 Ohio Street, 2956 West 13th Avenue, 4272 West 21st Place, and 3641 Jackson Street. Please be advised, attached to the contracts for the CDBG emergency HRP rehabilitation of the properties at the above referenced address. Accordingly, we are requesting board approval for Majestic Builders, 800 Ohio Street, $7,800. JMD Construction, 1981 Van Buren Street, $3,800. Majestic Builders, 4500 East 6th Avenue, $4,895. Majestic Builders, 4139 West 19th Plaza, $7,200. JMD Construction, 561 West 19th Place, $3,800. JMD Construction, 4813 West 19th Avenue, $3,800. JMD Construction, 3683 Ohio Street, $3,800. JMD Construction, 2956 West 13th Avenue, $6,600. JMD Construction, 4272 West 21st Place, $1,300. JMD Construction, 3641 Jackson Street, $25,000. I move that we approve the CDBG emergency HRP contracts for the below mentioned contractors and addresses.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's it.
All right, is there any unfinished or new business?
No.
All right, any public comment? Seeing none, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Second, any questions?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned, thank you.